Welcome back to the Tax Free Millionaire Blueprint. My name is Charlene. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe now. Uh, Today, we're going to be talking about something that all entrepreneurs need to hear. And if you don't learn soon enough, you probably will be making one of the biggest mistakes as a business owner. So today we're talking about the business credit trap. So basically, when you have a business and you want to see your business grow, there are certain things you have to do, and there are certain processes that you need to follow to make sure that you can get things done in your business. So, once you start your entity, set up your LLC, you got the logo, you're even making sales, you've done everything right to start the LLC. But there will come a time when you need to purchase inventory. Let's say you need to purchase some inventory and you need $50,000 to do so. Now, you could apply for credit on your personal uh, account, right? And use it for your business. But is that the best thing for you to do? So you need $50,000 and you reach for your personal credit. Now, a lot of people actually do this and use their personal credit for business. But this is what puts you in the business credit trap. So that's exactly it. Once you reach for that personal credit, you're setting yourself up for a mistake that you probably can't get out of. Okay, so if you're an entrepreneur, you want to make sure you avoid the business credit trap. So, most entrepreneurs, they think they're building a business, but actually they're just building a glorified hobby. And this hobby is tied to your social security number because you set up everything. And once you reach for that personal credit card, that is connected to your personal credit and your personal finances. So today I'm showing you why relying on your social security number is part of the business credit trap. And the number one mistake that's keeping you from becoming a millionaire status in your business, and how you can finally pivot to the EIN lifestyle, EIN only lifestyle. Okay. So there is a fallacy with the social security number, and your credit score may be lying to you, okay, giving you false hope of what you can actually do. So if you look at a 750 credit score, a personal credit score, that's going to be good for a car loan, but for a liability, but it is a liability for a CEO. For a CEO, that's a liability. Okay, because your personal social security number is for your personal business. When you use your personal social security number for business growth, you are personalizing the risk because this is your personal accounts. So the utilization ceiling, this is what we call the utilization ceiling. If you put $20,000, let's just say you put $20,000 business expense on your personal credit card, your personal utilization skyrockets. It goes up. Your score drops. Suddenly, you can't even get a mortgage for the investment property because you've bought inventory for the business. So, utilization is important, and especially when you are using your social security number for credit, you are going to trap yourself by using your social security personal credit for your business expenses. Also, the liability. As a paralegal, I can definitely tell you about piercing a corporate veil. Now, people get a LLC or limited liability corporation for the protection that it can have as a business owner. You are not a sole proprietor. You have more liability. You have more protection in a limited liability corporation. So, when you use your personal social security number for business, you pierce the corporate veil and you risk the protection that's afforded to you through your LLC. So, if your business is sued and you've been using your personal social security number, that limited liability in your LLC may just vanish because you have commingled and there is no disconnect between where your personal and business ends. So it looks as if you can't really tell with what is going on between your business and your personal account. That's why you are not supposed to commingle funds, mixing business expenses and finances together. So you want to learn to scale. You want to learn to scale and not get caught in the business credit trap, right? So millionaires, what they do is they don't use their own money. They don't use their own money. They use OPM, other people's money, right? But the banks treat an individual different from a corporation. So let's say, if Charlene Randall, me, the person, asks for a credit line, but the bank looks at my personal income and debt to income ratio, there is a hard cap. But if Randall Paralegal Services and Tax, which is an entity, asks for credit, the bank looks at the revenue potential. So business credit limits are typically 10 to 100 times higher than personal credit limits. So you can't hit a hard cap in your business credit. You can't hit $1 million revenue goal with a $5,000 personal credit limit. You need the leverage. And this is what people don't understand. This is what business owners miss. They start their business and their LLC and then they stop. But you can't use your personal credit as the leverage that you'll need to scale. Okay, you need the leverage that only an EIN provides. So I see this all the time. I see this in my practice every day. An entrepreneur wants to scale, they use their personal credit to fund the growth. Then a slow month comes, they can't pay the personal credit card, and that personal score decreases. And now they can't even get a loan to pull the business out. So, this is part of the trap when you use your personal credit score rather than learning how to leverage your business and leverage so you can scale, because you can get stuck using your personal credit and then cannot pull yourself out financially. So at that point, you have nothing, you're tapped out, and your personal life and business are stuck together. So if the ship tanks, if the ship sinks, let's just say if the ship sinks and they both go down with it. So you have to think about that. Would you want your business to go down because of your personal financial obligations and your personal credit? And then it takes down both at the same time? Or would you rather be able to continue to use the leverage from your business to scale and grow? Now, you know, this is one of the things that business owners, if they don't get it sooner than later, they are going to become that person in a trap. So, a tax free millionaire knows how to separate this from that, personal from business. Okay. If one goes down, the other doesn't have to go down because of it. Okay. So, how do you fix that? I actually created an app that organizes everything for you in your personal and business credit, to keep everything bank ready for you. So you stay bank ready, right? So you build a business identity that can stand alone, that can stand by itself. So the first thing is going to be the compliance. So the first thing is going to be compliance. Your business must look professional, have a professional email, business phone, and physical address, and a PO box. You need to have all the things in your business. So when lenders are looking at your business is bank ready. Your business must be bank ready. If your business is not bank ready, then you are going to have a problem. So this is exactly why I created the app that allows you to have everything in one place. So you are always business ready. Certain people and certain entrepreneurs want to start their business without actually having their information in order and their information uh, together. So then they're scattering and looking for documents and looking for information when they should have it all together. So everything should be together. And I also teach this in as part of my mentorship program. I show you all of this and how to build your business credit. So the next step is to build your tiers. Tier 1, when you start with net 30 vendors, so that you can start to build your business credit, like Uline, Quill, and these vendors report to Dun and Bradstreet, and this will be using your EIN only. Okay, so step 3, the ghost profile. You want to reach a point where your business has its own paydex score, right? So once that is established, then you can apply for higher limit credit cards that do not report to the Personal Credit Bureau. So this is a must. You must understand that you want to separate your personal from your business credit as an entrepreneur. You want to separate it. Okay. So if this sounds like a lot to track, like I said, I've created an app that does all the heavy lifting for you inside of the Randall Wealth Vault. So I have the exact uh, business credit blueprint checklist that I use, as I said, for my mentorship clients. So basically it's the same step-by-step roadmap to getting your business credit established so you can start risking your LLC. So as a business owner, professional, um, you want to make sure that you are not risking your social security number or using your personal credit to fund your business endeavors. Okay, so click the link in the description if you want to know more. Click the link in the description to grab and get a copy of how you can build your tax free empire. The ultimate tax toolkit for entrepreneurs is available right now. And also, the app for the Bank Ready CEO is also ready for you right now to download and get all of your documents and everything in order. And this is for business owners who do not have business credit at all. And this is for business owners who want to start to become bank ready, but maybe you have your LLC. So if you don't have your LLC, you can also join me for mentorship to create your LLC and move on to become bank ready. So this is something that you must learn to use as an entrepreneur if you want to scale in your business. So don't, just work for your money. Make your business structure work for you. And I'm Charlene Randall with Tax Free Millionaire Blueprint. Thanks for watching.